Space, the boundary of human achievement, the new frontier.
It's just a cough.
Yeah, right. And the Earth is flat.
Treat your cough seriously with Robitussin CF Max. Nothing lasts longer and treats more symptoms for your cough, cold, and flu. Robitussin, because it's never just a cough.
In a few moments, you will have an experience which will seem completely real. It will be the result of your subconscious fears transformed to your conscious awareness. Warning, this tape must not be played by government personnel. It can be extremely harmful and result in severe trauma. You have 5 seconds to terminate this tape. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It's good to see you. I must go. I know I'm a go.
Hold him. Now you listen to me, you hillbilly punk who thinks the world's still round. I'm here to tell you it's not. It's flat.
Lexi, tell us something interesting.
Okay, the Earth is flat, and a witch stole his pants.
Flat Earth expert Mark Sargent thinks the moon landing was a hoax.
Technically, the moon itself is a hoax.
Right, but betting with Sportsbet's new iPhone app?
I could do this standing on my head.
Thanks, Gravity. Sportsbet's new iPhone app. It's foolproof.
I know how we're different. Do you believe the Earth is flat?
I know it's flat. I walk on it.
Holy
Do you think the Earth is flat, Snoop? What do you think?
It's a flat world after all.
Smoke weed every day.
Und jetzt der Verkehr. Vorsicht, liebe Autofahrer, auf der A3 Oberhausen Richtung Arnheim ist die linke Spur aufgrund eines UFO-Absturzes gesperrt.
Broadcasting straight to you from a large spaceship currently at war with mainstream science. Meanwhile, the peanut gallery is preparing for war with China, which, according to a 4-star Air Force general, will happen. When, we don't know. Aren't we still in World War III with Russia currently? That happened last summer, didn't it? Yeah, we'll see. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Strange World, where the truth is often stranger than fiction. I'm your host, Mark Sargent, the creator of Flat Earth Clues, which propose that all of us are living inside a Truman Show enclosed structure thousands of miles wide. Just Google Flat Earth Clues. If you can't find it, well, you're just not very good at the internet. Currently, this show is on Tuesday nights at 7 Pacific, 10 Eastern, and yes, Carolina, if it is not, look at date. January 31st, last day of January 2023. Then you are listening to a rerun. Quote of the day goes exactly like these two things. A lot of stuff to read tonight. We made science a team sport, and in so doing, we made it no longer science. It became us versus them, and they responded the only way anyone might expect them to, by resisting. Who said that? Kevin Bass, an MD, PhD student at a medical school in Texas. We're not going to say which medical school because he wouldn't tell us. The other one goes like this. I know it's false advertising, but isn't everything false advertising? Isn't everything technically kind of lying just a little bit? Who said that? A social media influencer, which I will read about later. My co-host, she's lovely, she's sassy, and she is one of the biggest flat earth rock stars ever. Karen B, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, Karen.
Hey, Mark, what's going on?
Well, it's Tuesday night again. What episode is this? 392. Wow.
392.
Yeah, which means 400 will be here in March. Is that right, Peanut? Work that out. I think that'll be in March. So episode 400. And that's weeks, folks. This is not a daily show. It's 400 weeks. We've been doing this a long time. Hopefully making a difference. Hey, Karen, being the current queen of Flat Earth, it must be hard to find Flat Earth friends. Do you know an easy way to find cool people like yourself and solid info about our stationary horizontal level plane?
Why, yes, that would be the Flat Earth, Sun, Moon, and Zodiac Clock app.
Sure enough, it's the perfect gift for friends, family, and complete strangers. Watch the featured video every day for 2 weeks and see what happens. It'll be the best $2.99 you've ever spent. And David, as he's lying on the beach in Mexico listening to this, he's going, at least he got the snap right. Seriously.
Your imitation is great of David, by the way.
You think so? How fast do you think the Earth is spinning? Do you know how much a trillion seconds is? If you can guess within a year, I'll give you.
You're just not nasally enough.
I'll give. Is the rye bread fresh? That's slightly racist. I shouldn't do that. Anyway, don't forget you also find this program on BitChute and Brighteon, Rockfin, and Rumble. YouTube is not the end of Flat Earth. It is just the beginning. Shout outs, obviously, to Stephen Carpenter of the Deftones. Support the Flat Earth cause and get the coolest hoodies ever.
Word.
Go to the Strong Dot family, won't you? Pick up some merch. Meetups. I think there's a meetup in England. I think it's already happened. I don't think I've got the meetups. I think it was January. Hang on, I gotta look this up. Crap. 1 second. Do you have any meetups on your calendar, Karen?
Not for a while. I've got a camping event that's on my website that somebody's listed, and that's in Colorado. And then I think somebody sent me an email for some hikes. It might be the same person or someone in Tucson sent me some email for hikes, but I haven't put them up yet, and they're not till like March or April. So
Gotcha. Yeah, the only meetup on my list was in Swanage, and that was today. So it already happened. So hopefully Ian is listening out there, out in Great Britain. But yeah, that's the only one I had. Oh, I'm sorry. Wait a minute. One just came in, and Peanut Gallery knows who this came in from.
You know
yes,
what? I bet it's probably Jesse, huh?
Yes, it's Jesse. Next meetup will occur Saturday, February 11th at 6 p.m. till whenever at McNelly's South City. That's 731 Zurich Avenue, Tulsa, Oklahoma. Please RSVP by calling Jesse at 857-344-6209 or email him at 300kmileprius@gmail.com. He will have an Icon P1000 with him that he will be showing off. Hopefully you will be jealous. What else did I have on here real quick? Emails and mail. Couple quick things. There's an email I wanted to read, which was relevant to some of the headlines. One, I wanted to say thank you. Karen knows what this is about. Karen, I would like to say thank you to YouTube for at least giving us 2 days, 48 hours of no Wikipedia flat earth debunking labels attached to any videos for whatever reason.
Yeah.
We were off the hook for 2 whole days. So if you had caught it when you were looking on YouTube, there was no wiki link to say that flat earth has obviously been debunked forever and ever. So, and then I think they were either listening to us or they were testing us, or we had someone on the inside that took the algorithm off for 2 days and somebody turned it back. I don't know, but thank you, YouTube, for at least giving us 2 days without that. Appreciate it. Also, thank you to Karen for being on top of her game, because look what I have in front of me, Karen. Oh,
The air is lava. All right.
Awesome. The air is lava. I received it this last week. It is a wonderful shirt. I love the quote, the air is lava. You guys don't know what it means. You're obviously not very hip, but it is a wonderful reference, which means everything will kill you. Potentially. That is the news story. Karen just made it up, which is like, forget about all the different things. No, everything. The air is lava. If you're just walking around, if you're breathing, you could die right now. Remember, it's not the floor is lava anymore. It's the air is lava. Okay, let me read this email real fast and we'll go into headlines, which was sent to me. I won't list off. Well, it's from a girl named Jill. I'm not going to give you the name. She goes, I remain a pureblood. In the last couple of years, I've lost friends, jobs, and so forth because of my status. Last year, I went to a friend's birthday party at a small bar in downtown New York. I went there fully aware that I would not be let in by this particular bouncer or door person because she didn't have the shot. However, as it was a warm day, everyone who I wanted to see could take turns coming outside to say hi, and we could socialize for a minute. So I played it like that, slightly humiliating, but I was prepared for it. The person whose birthday it was came out to say hi, and then he said, I'm going to talk to the bouncer. You know how that goes. Usually somebody drunk. And I'll let you come in. I've known him for 20 years, yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. I begged him not to do this as I didn't want to have to grovel to this man to be let in. I was content to be where I was. And of course, said bouncer said, no, you cannot come in because you haven't gotten the shot. He's a notoriously hard-faced bastard, which is why I didn't want my friend to ask him, no matter how good friends they are. Fast forward to 2 nights ago. I went to that same bar for another friend's birthday. The rules have relaxed now, obviously, and there is no show your shot proof requirements, right? Fully expecting to see that same bouncer because he's always there. Turns out he died 3 days ago from some sort of heart thing. He was 55. There you go. And then she goes on to say she's not gloating, blah, blah, blah. But thank you, Jill, for that. There's your vindication right there. It's like so weird. But it segues into what we're going to start talking about. So the first headline, we got a whole bunch to go through. The first one is from the quote of the day. I'm not going to read the article because it's a BS article, but it's from Newsweek magazine. The title is worth it. It's called, It's Time for the Scientific Community to Admit We Were Wrong About COVID and It Cost Lives. Now, you'd think from the title that this would be a favorable thing to us, but in no way is that what this article is implying. It's written by the medical student that I used for the quote of the day. And what he's basically saying is they didn't use the right tactics in dealing with people like us. They created more division. Now, he doesn't have an answer for how to fix this. We've seen sort of articles like this before. And at no point did he ever say that the whole COVID thing, diminished the virus that spread everywhere, nor did he even bring up the shot, nor did he ever even use the word side effects, I believe, in the article at all. So the title is very misleading. And again, he doesn't have a plan for what is this. I don't know who he's trying to chastise, because what he's saying here, you could have printed this article a year ago, wouldn't have made any damn difference. So moving on. This article does not help. It was in some of our the truthers circles though. Next one down. I want to diminish this in any way, shape, or form. I have got to mention this. This one's actually for Stefan because he knows what this means.
Mm-hmm.
If you know musicians that quote unquote cash out, right? What that means is they're getting out of the business. There's so what you can sell. So let's say you're a band, or in this case, a single guy, and you want to get out of the business. You want to basically, you sell your entire library. You're giving the record company the rights to everything forever, and you're never going to get them back, right? Normally this happens when you turn about 60 years old because, well, you get tired, you don't want to tour anymore, your hands hurt, your elbows hurt, your knees hurt. Never, usually you wait. You've heard about this, Karen, over the years. The Beatles sell their collection. This person sells this collection. It's like, yeah, I'm tired. I just want to get my money. Justin Bieber did this just now. And he basically sold at 28 years old. He sold his entire collection out for about $200 million, which
wow,
pretty cheap for his entire thing. And it says, this is from Showbiz 411. And this did not get a lot of traction for various reasons. Cashes out at 28, sells entire song catalog for 200 mil, raises questions about recording and touring future. The questions are, he's done. And the reason is you'll totally get this, Karen, is because somewhere along the line, he talked to a doctor. Remember, this was the whole face paralysis follow-up. Okay. And the doctor said, yeah, so you're not going to be able to do any choreography or any dancing on stage or any of that stuff anymore. You're done. If you do this, you're going to end up like Taylor. Remember him? The drummer who's like, ride or die, man. I'm just going to keep playing. It didn't work out for him. So this is the smart part of the title. This is the truth part, which is he did the right thing. Finally, this is no different. I treat this no different than the number one female tennis player in the world at the ripe age of like 23 or 24 just quit the game because her doctor said, yeah, you play tennis and you could just drop on the thing. Because remember, this is Justin Bieber. He's not known for singing. This is a whole performance, dancey, huge choreography. He is always moving around the stage. Right?
He's a pop star.
He's a pop star. Right? The microphone that he's wearing during the performances, that's for show. Right? He's just lip syncing and dancing. That's all he does. And that face paralysis thing, which I don't think he was faking, again, he and his wife. So that's it. So he is sold out, and he is one of the lucky ones. Good for him. You know what? At least he's getting out, and he gets to live whatever time he has left with whatever myocarditis he's got. In relative comfort, I suppose. But again, 200 mil, that's a quick sale. That means somebody on the inside knew full well, it's like, yeah, he wants out. And chances are we'll see what happens with him. But very quiet, that story. All right, moving on. This one, we got a bunch of unluckies. This is from CNN.com. We'll just rip through these. Lance Kerwin, Salem's Lot actor, 62 years old. And again, second paragraph down, no information on his cause of death was provided. Plain and simple. He was a character actor in a number of things. Moving on. Next one down. Younger person. Former NFL player J.C. Lemonier. He was 25. And what happened to him? Sorry, I got to magnify this a bit. Cause of death wasn't announced. That's, by the way, they're also leading into more of those. So you'll see a randomization of suddenly or unexpectedly or a brief illness, whatever the hell that means. I didn't even know that was a term until this whole pandemic thing was happening.
Probably wasn't.
And a bunch of things, there's no reason given. You know, cause of death, not currently announced. It's like, okay, 25, what happened? NFL player. Moving on. Next one down. This one's probably legit. Well, maybe anyway. Tom Verlaine, guitarist and co-founder of the band Television. I'm not a huge audiophile, but I've never heard of the band Television. Have you, Karen? Peanut,
No.
have you heard of the band Television?
Mm-mm.
Nope. He's no. Anyway, dead at 73. Punk rock band from New York City. And again, look what the second paragraph. Musician passed away in New York City alongside friends after suffering a brief illness. I don't even know what that means. So you're fine. You know what it means though, Karen.
Mm-hmm.
He's fine. And then all of a sudden something happens and then he's not fine. So whatever. Next one down, you know who this is. She's going to be missed. Cindy Williams from Laverne and Shirley. You remember Penny Marshall. She passed away some while back. Loud, stop. Pop-up advertisements, damn you. Cindy Williams, who played Shirley on Laverne and Shirley, died after a brief illness, according to her family. That's going around. It's going around, that brief illness.
Brief illness, huh?
Yeah.
Is that, you know what?
What?
That is like that's got to be their replacement for suddenly.
Yeah.
They were sick for a really short time.
Yeah. And yeah, don't you want to follow up to that? It's like, okay, what was the brief illness? He's going to say, or is illness going to be the new thing? Which is, yeah, but you have to say brief because it was long term. We would have heard about it. No, it was brief. How brief? Oh, an hour. It's like, okay. Anyway, she was in a bunch of stuff. I remember her from, you scroll down, got some good shots of her. Laverne and Shirley and Happy Days were a spin-off of the iconic 70s movie American Graffiti, which was a little trivia there. That was George Lucas's first big hit, which partially got him the gig at for Star Wars. Believe it or not, people are like, "Oh yeah."
And a lot of the people were in that movie. Like Harrison Ford was in.
Good Lord. Yeah, Harrison Ford was in it. Ron Howard was in it, which went to Happy Days. Cindy Williams got Laverne and Shirley. Richard Dreyfuss ended up doing all sorts of stuff. That was Suzanne Summers' debut role when she got her own show, basically, Three's Company. It was iconic. And it was one of the first movies ever that had music running through the entire thing, soundtrack, just 50s music constantly running through that thing. All right, moving on. Who's next? Next one down. This is from TMZ. And thank you, Peanut, for reminding me. I have to check TMZ on a regular basis because I think they're going to be hiding more stuff. If you can't find somebody, one of the unlucky people in the normal news, they're probably going to be on TMZ because TMZ is a gossip rag, and they will, if it bleeds, it leads, and they will show it all. So TMZ, this is Wednesday Addams, the original one. She had a stroke at 64. I did not know who Lisa Loring was, honestly. I mean, I knew, of course, the original Wednesday from the Addams Family. I did not know she was 64, but yeah, she had a stroke. Remember, B and C listers, no A listers, B and C. Justin Bieber, he's not dead, but yeah, he's not doing anything anymore. Next one down. Also
same with Celine Dion.
Yeah, Celine Dion. Yeah, he's following almost the same track as Celine.
Yeah, it really reminds me of her.
Yeah, the only thing she hasn't done is sold her catalog.
Right.
I don't think she's going to. No.
I don't know why he did that. He must be not very smart or something.
Well,
you could retire without doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is he doing?
Maybe, who knows? Maybe somebody talked him into it and they said, well, maybe it was a contractual thing, which was maybe he was still, he still had to produce a certain number of albums. And they said, okay, you're going to have to buy yourself out of the contract. Maybe he didn't have enough money to buy himself out. So it's like, where do I get that? Where I generate that sort of cash? It's like, well, sell your catalog. What you got to lose? Or maybe the doctor just went to him and said, so long-term plans, I wouldn't make them. So maybe he's on an island somewhere. TMZ, obscure one. This is a C-lister to be sure. Dog's Most Wanted star, David Robinson. He was 50 years old. I say was because he died. And if I'm not mistaken, yeah, here we go. He was on a Zoom call and he had some sort of medical emergency. Police and paramedics responded and CPR was performed, but it was unsuccessful. That sounds so familiar.
Oof.
Yeah, it's a mystery. I'm baffled.
Oh, he's from Dog the Bounty Hunter. Okay.
Yeah, Dog the Bounty Hunter. So many fun things. Next one down. We got a bunch of unlucky people that are happening this week. Oh yeah. This one caught my eye. This one wasn't in the States either. This is from a UK newspaper, a small one, which is tributes paid to kind and caring Cheshire woman, 19 years old, after suddenly. Yep. She was a swimming instructor and HR person for a leisure center. And she, again, just sudden death. They won't even say that, what exactly it was. So over in Britain, it's not brief illness. It's
haven't reached the brief illness thing.
Yeah, they haven't caught on to our stuff there, but there's some photos of her going down. Again, that's not going to hit the States. Moving down. How many more can we do for the break? We got a few more. Next one down. This is the rugby player. Karen sent me. This is from the Down Under. Open Sky News. Simon Dunn, cause of death, gay rugby player dies at the age of 35. I thought this was interesting because, again, might be just Australian news. It's like, why would you put gay in the title? I'm just a little confused by this. But his cause of death, in fact, okay, this was the interesting one. So Karen sends this to me, and it says cause of death in the title, right? In the title. You look down to the third paragraph down where it says, how did he die? Simon Dunn, cause of death. How did he die? Simon Dunn, cause of death at the age 35 was not revealed.
You're trying to say it's suicide at the end.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever. Sorry, not buying it. I'm sorry. There's too many There's too many things, and you can't. Plus, how many things are you going to pin? I mean, are there suicides? Sure, but there's too many things happening, and you can't just all of a sudden blame suicide on all of them. But whatever. Maybe they were trying to make the gay connection. Well, he was gay, so therefore he committed suicide. Whatever. It's just silly. Sorry, Peanut said something down for me. Did you just post that in there, Peanut? Was there something new? You put something down there? No. Okay. Can we do one more for the break? Yeah. 1 second. Okay, let's do this, and then we'll probably go to break. So we got the rugby player. Okay, this goes to show you, by the way, how this. You want to see how a story gets spun? This is how you do it, right? So the first one. This is from a local newspaper in Spokane, right, which is very close to Washington State, in Pullman, where I went for a year and drank basically my freshman year out of existence. So this first one is from the Spokesman Review. WSU student who died in dorm room over the weekend identified. So a freshman, right? Just if I'm not mistaken, yeah, freshman, 19-year-old Luke Morgan Tyler of Redmond, Washington, which is on my side of the mountains. He just died in his dorm room. Again, remember when kids would just die in dorm rooms? But it didn't get any national attention at all, right? Didn't get any. It was the local paper and local paper only. That's one of the other things they tell. It's like, don't pick up local stories if you don't have to. However, the very next story down, you want to see how to spin this? I'll show you how to spin this. New York Times, right? I'm sorry, New York Post. Same story, but they spiced it up a bit. Frat member found dead at accused Idaho killer's former university.
Oh, geez.
It's like, what? So what they basically said is, and this is, I do not believe this for a second. I went to Washington State. I can tell you this is not how it's done, is that the fraternity tortured him and then left him for dead in his dorm room. Right? That's the story they're spinning here, right? Inhumane and cruel hazing, right? And in addition, they had to say, oh yeah, by the way, WSU, if you haven't forgotten, that's where the Idaho killer came from. It's like, if it bleeds, it leads. And if it, and even then we're going to hype it up even more. Oh, so frustrating. But yeah, that's what they say. It's like, oh, this freshman. Yeah, really. So you tortured him to near death, drug him. I know where Greek Row is compared to the dorms. And you drug him all the way to the dorm room, put him in his dorm. Then he died. And so, yeah, there's going to be now this big investigation. Oh yeah. The Theta Chi is going to be investigated over this.
Well, of course they should be, if that's what they're trying to say is happening. I mean, it's stupid, though.
Is that really what's happened?
Who knows? I said, if that's what they say is happening, I have no idea what happened to that poor guy.
Every hazing thing, a death I have ever run into, and there has not been many over the years, it usually involves alcohol poisoning. That's usually what it is. It's like, just drink until you drop on the floor, and then they don't move the body. Then it's usually, it's like, wake up, they're slapping him, but he's still in the fraternity. And then the cops and the ambulance show up, and they pronounce him dead in the hospital. Oh, no. In this case, they supposedly drug him all the way back to the dorms. Nope, sorry, not buying it. I go with the spokesman, the local paper, which is, oh yeah, by the way, he just died in his dorm room, because we've seen this. Okay, we're going to our break. And when we come back, if you think the stuff I just read, I got stuff that is going to blow you away when we come back. So don't go anywhere. And then we will take phone calls in the third segment. I swear to you. Oh yeah, by the way, last but not least, I forgot this. I know Dennis is probably listening. Dennis sent me a book, Last War of the World Island, The Geopolitics of Contemporary Russia by Alexander Dugin. It's light reading. I say that only because it's thin, but I'm sure it is dense reading. I have not read it yet, Dennis, but thank you for the book. I appreciate anyone that ever sends me anything. My physical address, of course, is in the description box of every video I've ever made. Karen, let's go to music, shall we?
We shall.
Okay.
Are you a blue dot? Those questioning where we live are not just here, they are everywhere. Of course, this info is hidden from you, but the app shows you that no matter where you go, you aren't alone. We are everywhere, and we are growing. Find your tribe today.
Shout out to Karen B, Mark Sargent, David Wax. I'll be checking out that video this weekend at the Flat Earth, Sun, Moon, and Zodiac Clock app on YouTube. Or
Join me, Karen B, every moon day in the early light, 9:30 a.m. Eastern, on Rockfin, Twitch, and Facebook for an early light chit chat. Open phones, open topics.
Had to run back to get that one.
Chill. I hope to see you there.
Welcome back to Strange World, part 2 of 4. It's you, me, and the always lovely Karen B. And yeah, that was Joe Jackson stepping out from his album
Night and Day.
Yeah, Peanut Gallery is very happy that I didn't forget. And honestly, I was really close forgetting because I was adjusting the volume on my thing. I get distracted easily. What's that? Squirrel?
Yeah.
I do. Seriously, when the dog did squirrel in the movie Up, I totally got that. It's like, oh my God, it's my life. All right. We are still doing Lucky and Unlucky, and we left off at the dorm kid, and we're going to transition over to, oh yeah, here's a shot advocate, if I'm not mistaken. This is from Fox, a local Fox station, Fox 3 now. And the woman in question here, her name is Lindsay Leno, 36 years old. She had got cardiac arrest. And actually, you know, when you're reading the article, you can tell, because it's a local story, that they're a little skeptical, because, you know, she posted something in September 30th of 22. It's like, just got my last booster. F the haters, right?
Mm-hmm.
A picture of a Band-Aid. And the cause of Lindsay Leno's death has been the subject of many arguments. Many of her Facebook fans said Lindsay died after her last dose of the shot because her heart stopped beating. Yeah, what do you think it was?
It was definitely the juice.
Oh, really? I thought it was just some brief illness.
Is that what it says?
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
definitely.
No, in fact, I think the person wrote this was actually, a little bit, they didn't say it was ridiculous because, hey, come on, she was an advocate and she was 36.
36. She looks. Oh, she didn't look so good for 36.
Yeah, I know.
A little bitter, lady.
Yeah.
Well, that's too bad for her, I guess. Sorry about
she got
that.
picked on a lot, I think, in school. All right, next one down. This one is okay. You want to talk about guys in physical peak form? Former UA swimming standout Ty Wells, 23, and first paragraph. Former swimming standout Ty Wells, 23, died Friday. Arizona Athletics announced the cause of death has not been disclosed. So, when in doubt, just that's what you say. We don't know what it was. Really? 23. The guy had no body fat on him whatsoever. Couldn't have been probably more healthy. In fact, you look down his stats, he was ranked all over the place. He was not just any swimmer. He was a good swimmer for the Pac-12. Yep. Yeah. Anyway, moving on. Next one down. This is from the BBC. Okay, I got it. Yeah, this one I have to preface. This is the one Karen hasn't seen yet. So, dad's warning after girl, 14 years old, equestrian, it looks like, dies from inhaling deodorant. Okay. I want to get into this a little bit, which is denial is a powerful thing. Denial is so powerful that no matter what people are dying of. So what was happening was she was getting ready, right, in the morning, right? Putting on deodorant, putting her shirt on, dies. Parents immediately think, oh, it has to be the deodorant that made her collapse and die instantly. So they're going after the deodorant company. Her parents have since become aware of other young people who accidentally died after inhaling deodorant. In response, the British Aerosol Manufacturers Association said deodorants have very clear warnings. It's like, what? Because it's a spray-on deodorant. Yeah, I don't know I know you're not old enough to remember any of that, Karen. But, we used to have spray-on deodorants back in the day.
Aerosol, right? They're saying it's aerosol deodorant.
Yeah, aerosol deodorant. I used to use Arid Extra Dry all the time. There was never I have never even heard, you could spray it straight into your mouth. Yeah. You would get sick. Are you kidding? If you could drop dead from breathing in aerosol deodorant, there would not be an aerosol.
There's no way they'd be able to sell it.
No, you would not be able to sell it.
And
right?
it would be a lot more bigger warning than just keep out of reach of children. It'd be like serious death or injury occur. Like
but the father's absolutely buying into this. The quote from the father: "People don't know how dangerous the contents of those cans can be." He said tins, but said her father Paul. It's like, what? Yeah, we don't want our daughter's death to be in vain. Okay, yeah, died of, well, you remember that little thing I put on my channel, died of coincidence? Yeah. Again, they're making the leap. It's like, no matter what happened at that moment, if she was brushing her teeth, I guarantee they would have pointed to toothpaste. If she was combing her hair, who knows what the hell they would have blamed that. Oh my God. It's just terrible. So somebody tacked on that one. They said, one of the comments in the forums was, some of the ways you can have a heart attack or stroke in 2023: turning your neck too quickly, gardening, climate change, hot showers, cold showers, aerosol deodorant, eggs, skipping breakfast or fasting, not getting the flu shot, or playing professional sports. And that's just a list off the cuff there. Whatever. Okay, let's get into the meat of this because I want to read this article. So David Weiss sent this to me. Hopefully he's still listening and not just completely hammered on margaritas down in Mexico. But he sent me this site called IQFY. How would you pronounce this? IQFY? IQFY? How would you pronounce that, Karen?
Yeah, I guess so. IQFY?
IQFY. Well, it's not a very popular site. But they and he was asking me, he goes, this is a parody article. And I was looking through some of their stuff. And the first one is, let's just mention a couple of their articles here. So the first one I put on there was reasons why wine is better than a boyfriend. Right? 9 reasons why wine is better than a boyfriend. We're not going to go into it, but it's actually a pretty good article. Pretty funny. It's not quite The Onion, Yeah, it's got some points, and they're not wrong with the boyfriend one. But the next one down, which is kind of racy, which is anal sex is ruining our buttholes, and buttholes deserve better. Which again, they're going off the catchy title, which is, anal sex, probably not something you should do on a regular basis, right? However, this next one, and I'm going to read this one, and they're not very long articles, right? And most of their articles, they don't get a lot of traffic. Someone there either thought they were going to get a whole bunch of traffic, but I'm going to read this to you. Ready, Karen?
Mm-hmm.
This is the article that is generating a huge, and this is the thumbnail that I stole from Health and Wellness. They knew. Why didn't the unvaxxed do more to warn us? The unvaccinated knew what we didn't. Some of them said too little. Most said nothing at all. A lot of blood is now on their hands. Bear with me. As the world struggles to come to terms with the devastating effects of COVID pandemic, one question that continues to surface is why the unvaxxed didn't do more to warn us about the potential dangers of being injected. While well-intending citizens lined up, did the right thing, and received their shots, now seeming to do more harm than good, their unshotted, I'm not going to keep saying vax because you know what's going to happen then. Their unshotted friends stood by and let them do it. Some of them said too little. Some said nothing at all, even though they knew what we didn't. Our blood is now on their hands. Those are strong words, but the unshot have access to important information about the potential side effects of the shot. They knew about the risk of severe allergic reactions, blood clots, and other serious health complications. They knew that the shot did not immunize us. They knew it wasn't effective, and that they can cause more harm than good. They knew all that, but instead of warning us, the unshot chose to remain, we'll just say truthers. Truthers chose to remain silent. They chose to look the other way and not speak out about the potential dangers of shots. They let millions of good folks who did the right thing at the time fall to death and disease, and many truthers even gloated online about how their coin flip had been the right bet. The more diabolical even urged folks they disagree with to get the shot. It had become all too clear. The silence of the truthers was a dangerous, sociopathic, and irresponsible decision that has had serious consequences for those of us who received the shot. And silence is, after all, consent. The article ends with this. It is time for the truthers to take responsibility for their actions and to work with the rest of us to find a solution to the crisis. We cannot afford to let their selfishness and lack of action to continue to harm our communities. It is time for the truthers to step up and do the right thing. The truthers should, by any moral measuring stick, have done more to warn us about the potential risks, to help us make informed decisions about our health. And they must now ask us for forgiveness. And hand to heart, we may just give it to them because we are good people. We took the injections because it was the right thing to do until it wasn't. Wow. That article, there's no such thing, by the way, you know the term, Karen, too soon, right? Even the Onion wouldn't dare print something like this. And if you scroll down, you can see, obviously, sorry, commenting has been disabled. Well, yeah, not until you probably looked at the little bar on the side, that shows you how many more pages you could scroll down to. There are so many pages of comments. This ripped through our community like a buzzsaw. And there were so many people that were just losing their mind, which was, it's just like, what do you mean we didn't warn anybody? It's just repeating that over and over in different directions. And I will say this, it generated a huge amount of traffic for the site. Probably not attention they wanted. Kind of reminds me of the Simpsons episode where Homer was trying to get more people to come to the bowling alley. So he just walks out the front door with a shotgun and just starts blasting in the air. And he goes, a record number of police and firefighters show up, but few stayed to bowl. That's what happened here. These guys, everyone went nuts, but nobody's going to subscribe to these guys. I mean, it's a one-off, but can you believe that?
It's ridiculous.
I am stunned. It's like, guys, what the hell? I've never seen an article like that. Ever. Again, the Onion, it's something you do not joke about. I know it's somewhat tongue-in-cheek, but yeah, this is terrible. Absolutely awful. Okay, moving on. The next one down, where did we leave off? Derbyshire. Where did I leave off? Response. Are we in the eggs part? Yeah. Oh no! Before we do that, let's talk real quick about, because Karen sent me something a few days ago. Let's talk, because it's not on our list, and we're not going to pull up the video anyway because it'd be a pain in the ass. But the anchor, one of the anchors from MSNBC. Let's talk about that real briefly. So this lady comes on. She's been off the air for a while, and people was like, "Hey, what's wrong with you? You have any health concerns?" And she comes on and does a 7-minute thing on her show where she said, "Oh yeah, I was feeling some chest pains, and so I go in and they diagnosed me with reflux," and they sent her home, right? And then she says it was getting worse, so she goes in and they diagnosed her with, was it pericarditis, I guess, right? And then they sent her home again. And this time she goes home. It's like, yeah, I mean, she's laying on her back. It's getting worse. I mean, she can tell her heart is having some real difficulties. So she goes in again, and this time they diagnose her with full-blown
myocarditis.
Wow. Yeah, I didn't even know what that word was 2 years ago. Now we run into it all the time. And the kicker here was that she said, the doctor said, on top of this, the doctor then said, well, she goes, how did I get it? Right? And the doctor says, you got it because of a common, well, a virus that she wouldn't even say what it was, but a virus, no different than the common cold. And I'm not sure what to make of it, because either she buys that, right? Even though she was misdiagnosed twice. You know, again, imagine sending somebody home. It's like, oh, you have reflux, even though your heart's inflamed and you could just die, right? This is a woman that was running 21 miles a week on a regular basis. Yeah, your running days are over, honey. And then, is the narrative she's putting on, or did she have to believe it? And the producers let her go on about this, because anybody watching this now that has myocarditis now might be like, oh, wow, look, that's probably how I got it, from a simple virus.
Right.
Whatever.
So they're maybe less likely to file a claim or file with VAERS or something.
Or even think anything nefarious whatsoever. They have done a wonderful job at spreading out all the different ways, which is why Karen's point, it's like the air is lava. That's all you're basically saying without saying it.
Right.
Which is everything causes heart attacks now. Everything.
Yeah,
everything. And if you get it,
except the jab, that won't.
You accept the jab. That will not cause heart attacks at all. No one in the media is ever allowed to ever talk about that. I mean, the guy from Newsweek, that was your perfect chance, guy from Newsweek. It's like, oh, we did things wrong. Is anything wrong with the shot? No, nothing wrong with the shot. In fact, he wouldn't even address it. Wouldn't even bring it up. The next one down, I believe that's the Buffalo Bills thing, the Twitter thing from Buffalo Bills. And we don't have to play it, but I want to pop this thing up on screen if I can, because remember we were talking about Damar Hamlin, and I said, this thing's going to resolve one way or the other. Either he is going to show up on camera, and honestly, the first 5 seconds where he's walking through the door, either he's going to show up on camera, or we're never gonna see him again, or he's going to die tragically in something. There he is, 5 minutes on camera, again prompted by us to be sure. Now, was he in public? No. Was he talking to anybody from his team? No. He was at the Bills facility by himself with a camera person. When he was reading the script, when they got to the close-up of him reading the script, it took, I don't even know how many cuts. A ton.
Yeah, if you sit there and try to count, there's tons of cuts in there.
Yeah, tons of cuts. Him trying to read the script. Do I think it was CGI? Nope. If that was CGI, I will say this, because I am a huge video guy, then we're in real trouble, because that would be one of the finest deep fakes I've ever seen. And what got me though, Karen, was that nobody commented on this one way or the other. I thought mainstream media would have latched onto this thing and drugged the truthers through the freaking gravel, and they didn't. Nor did the truther community latch onto this. I had to find this one on my own, and a lot of people still don't know what's out there. It's like, I mean, could it be backdated? Maybe, but I doubt it. He said all the right things, and remember I said 10 seconds would have been fine. He talked for almost 6 minutes. So does that mean that the guy that showed up at the game was a stunt double? Sure, very, very possible, because you don't want him talking to the press anyway. I mean, this is one of those things. My theory now is that, first off, he's still got to go out in public. He's got to talk to people, but I don't think they want him talking to the press at all, because the big question, the big elephant in the room, which no one's going to talk about, is like, hey, why did you fall anyway? It's great that you're on camera and everything. Great that you thanked everybody for your outpouring of support and huge amounts of money, which I'm sure in no way was donated by a pharmaceutical company or multiple pharmaceutical companies. But what happened? No one's going to talk about that. They just want to like, oh, it's the off season and he's going to disappear. So I'm curious to see, will he ever be seen in public again? Maybe, but I just wanted to point that out. It's on Twitter if you want to look it up. Don't think for a second he's not there. He's there, and he's walking without crutches, and he even takes off his jacket, showing his tats. So
33.
Yep. Well, there is that. All right, next one down. Next one down is we're not even in Clown World yet, but we will do Clown World here in just a minute. Hopefully we can do it for the break. We'll see. This is not a Clown World. American Clinic says nutrient in eggs could increase risk of blood clots. That pretty much says it all. That goes along with the air is lava thing by Karen,
right?
Which is, oh, by the way, that's also something they're going to throw out there. Everything can cause blood clots now. Everything. Next one down.
Except you know what?
Yeah, except that. Yeah.
Except that, but not that.
This one is for Master Gunner. These are from Russia Today. First off, the NATO is going to send tanks, Leopards from Germany, Abrams from the United States, and the Challengers. Hopefully I got all three of those right, from Great Britain. And we'll just skip past that article and go to the next one down. Why is that important? Because again, we are so trying to poke the bear, literally trying to poke the bear. In response, Russia has said, any foreign tanks that show up, hey guys, we'll pay cash bonuses depending on which one you grab, dead or alive. Meaning if you can get a tank intact, that's big money. In fact, they're offering $42,000 for a live Leopard. If you can get the crew out without destroying the tank, 42 grand.
It?
Well, I mean, that's
you're risking your life trying to get those people. Are you kidding me?
No, that's per. Look,
I don't think that's enough. I wouldn't do it.
If you destroy it, you only get 14 grand. It's still quite a bit of money.
Yeah, how much money does it cost for the equipment to blow up a tank?
Yeah, but the soldiers aren't paying for that. I'm just saying the soldiers will get a bonus for it.
Okay.
And it's kind of what it does is it creates a targeting situation. Now they're going to be looking for them, which is like, oh no, don't worry about those things over there. Those are the ones we want. Those Leopards that are sitting in that field over there, that column. All right, next one down. We're almost to Clown World. I think we can do Clown World. Yes, we can. Last one from RT. I got to mention this before Clown World because I'm absolutely serious about this. Congratulations to Novak Djokovic. Djokovic equals Grand Slam record with Australian Open title win. I got to mention this. Got to remember last year, my favorite flat earth athlete from Serbia, Novak Djokovic, he was not only kicked out of the tournament in Australia, the Australian Open, but he was deported, kicked out of the country, sent packing back to Europe because he didn't get the shot, nor would even fake getting the shot. He wouldn't even lie about getting the shot. They could have just given him a placebo and he'd be like, nope, I am straight up not doing it. So he had to wait a year and he comes back and he destroys everyone in the tournament. Not only did he win his 10th tournament, tying the record number of tournaments for any single arena. Not only did he win his 22nd Grand Slam, which ties the record for number of slams ever for a tennis player. Not only do all that crap, but when he won it, he went from rank 5 to rank 1 with the points that he won. So he became the number 1 tennis player in the world, which now means that he's going to, he's waiting for the French Open. And if the United States opens up theirs, because they're supposedly going to relax their restrictions, hopefully by the end of May. We'll find out. If they do, he will play in the US Open. So good for you, Novak. So happy. And again, he stuck his freaking, ground. He did not bow to anyone. It's like, no, fine, I won't play in your stupid tournament. I'll come back and I'll make you pay. And he did. All right, now we are into Clown Worlds. We got the time. Let's run through them real fast. This is from Fox Business. These are absolute clown worlds. TikTok influencer implies she's willing to lie to promote products if the price is right. Mads Lewis, who has 12 million followers on TikToks, I'm sure those are completely legit, argued everyone engages in false advertising. That is where the one of the quotes of the days comes from. It's basically what I've been saying for a long time and what the movie fake famous is all about, which is everybody on social media lies to a certain point. If you're hawking, certain products along those lines, especially on TikTok, you are lying through your ass. You're buying subs, you're buying clicks, you're buying everything.
I love this little quote down here. Don't get me wrong, lying sucks.
Yeah.
She said, but everyone does it, especially when it comes to social media and especially when it comes to making money.
Yep. There you go.
That makes it okay then, you vapid bitch. God.
That is the Ash experiment right in a nutshell, which is everybody else is doing it. I should do it too. I know it's unethical, but I'm going to do it too because, hey, I want to be famous. Yeah, but you're lying. Yeah, but everybody else is lying. Oh God, I hate her, but she's not alone. I mean, anyway, next one down. Speaking of that, you remember Lisa Marie Presley? Yeah, she died recently. Well, Priscilla Presley is suing. She is contesting the validity of Lisa Marie Presley's will. Why, you may ask? Okay, because Lisa Marie Presley removed her mother and her former business manager, Barry Siegel, as co-trustees and replaced them with her children, Riley and Benjamin. Now, Benjamin died a while back, so it's only Riley. The petition argues, and of course, this is just lawyer, among other issues surrounding the amendment, Priscilla Presley did not receive the amendment while her daughter was alive, as required by her trust, and that the document misspells Priscilla's name. So they're trying to get it back from a ticky-tack. They're going to be tied up in court for a while. I don't even know, again, who's Priscilla even going after? I don't know if Riley is going to be fighting this. So, yeah, great illusion there. They were close. Took photos all the time in the background. Lisa Marie was writing her own mother out of the will.
Whoa.
Nice. That is cold-blooded. Absolutely cold-blooded. All right, last couples before we go to the break. Last two. Clown World, number 4. This is from Red State. Okay, this is getting serious. Disney's Magical Kingdom removes Zippity Doodah from the park's playlist. Why, you may ask? Because there's a controversial movie. You can look it up. I think it's called Songs of the South, if I'm not mistaken. Peanut, double check me on that. Songs of the South, an old Disney movie, which has a lot of Southern songs and older stereotypes, like a Mark Twainish type of thing. And apparently they want to scrub that entire movie and every piece of media tied to it from the castle. So when you walk into the park, zippity doo dah, zippity day, my oh my, what a wonderful day. You will not hear that anymore. That is gone. The Disney is going to basically disavow it. It's like, well, that was another time. It's like, it's an innocent song. Nothing happens. It's a nonsensical song. Yeah, but a black man sung it in a movie. It's like, yeah. And yeah, but he was wearing like overalls and no shoes and looked pretty ragged. It's like, and
so what?
So what? Oh God.
What are they just?
A small woke victory, but whatever. It's Disney. What are you going to do? I mean, they're already ruining every movie they do at this point. Before we get to the last one, it's Alex Lowry's birthday today.
That's right. Happy birthday,
Happy
Alex.
birthday, Alex. Thank you for letting us use your music at the end of the stuff. The last one's from BBC.com. I got to mention this because I didn't even know this was a thing. So the title is London's West End, Man Crushed by Telescopic Urinal. And you're thinking, what the hell are you talking about? So what happened was the devices were brought into use by the Westminster City Council about 20 years ago, 20 years, in an attempt to discourage street urination. So what they would do is they would pop up at night. You know, it's like, hey, you need a bathroom to go to. Look, it's a pop-up little outhouse, little porta potty type thing. Some guy, but you imagine the hydraulics that are used to lift this sucker got some strength to him. Well, a guy got stuck in it, and he died.
Oof.
I know. I don't know how he got underneath it, to be honest. Don't know how he pulled that thing off, but yeah, he's pronounced dead at the scene at the Cambridge Circus during the rescue. But again, interesting. Pop-up toilets are stored underground and raised hydraulically to street level at night for people to use. So it was interesting because, again, this was happened in the middle of the day. So I don't know how he did it. I don't know how he pulled it off. I don't know, or maybe it malfunctioned. But all right, Oh, there you
Or
go.
like maybe he was sleeping in it and it started to go back down or something. I don't know.
Oh, I'm sorry. There's one more thing. Sorry, before we go to break. Damn it. It was the self-driving cars. Did I do the self-driving cars thing? Did I put
No,
that
you
in there?
didn't. But I have it up, but you didn't talk about it.
Oh, you know what? Let's bring up the self-driving cars real fast. Sorry. Let's end on a happy note. Ready? So Mercedes leapfrogs past Tesla on automated highway driving. All right. So Mercedes, so as you know, Tesla, there's going to be no such thing as complete self-driving cars. Never, ever, ever. For insurance reasons, it's never, ever happened. But Mercedes, they're limiting. So basically what the Mercedes, they're going to learn from Tesla's mistakes. So what they're saying is, ready? Here we go. The drive pilot system is designed to work, ready? Only on highways in dense traffic at speeds less than 40 miles per hour. That's it. And it's like, wow, that's not very great. So if you're stuck in stop and go traffic, that's what it's meant for. So if you want to zone out, you're in stop and go traffic, you turn it on and that's it. That way, and the reason why they're allowed to do that is your speed is so low that the chances of you dying are almost non-existent. So, you know, even if you lurched forward, if you punched and rear into the guy in front of you, nothing's going to happen. So it's called level 3 automation, as defined by the Society of Automotive Engineers. Tesla's autopilot, which is being investigated by the Justice Department, by the way, because it's for false advertising. At least Mercedes is smart enough to say, oh yeah, by the way, there's self-driving cars, yeah, on highway only, with cars all around you, and you're driving really slow, then you can turn it on. It's like, yeah, I don't know if it's really that great. I don't know if I'd buy a car just for that. Unless you're in LA and you have like a 3-hour commute every day, in which case, what are you doing?
I just would never use that feature.
I know.
Like, I don't even want a car that could do that.
No, me neither.
Seriously, I don't.
But there's a lot of people that do. You know, the people that do, sorry, before we go to break, because we got to go to break, which is, you know, the people that do, that really, really want it, you probably figure this out. People that have had a little too much to drink.
Right.
Then it works actually way better. So like if a cop is, you know, is driving by, it's like you flip that sucker on, your car couldn't drive any straighter than that. Now, when you're in your neighborhood, you're still going to be in trouble. But on the highway and stuff, you flip that thing on. I've heard from multiple people, it's like, oh, dude, that is the way to go. You flip that thing on, and you know, you do not waver at all. You wait till the car is gone, and then, you know, turn it off if you have to. I'm not encouraging it. I'm just saying it's kind of a cheat. So, all right, we're going to break. When we come back, we will take your phone calls. 848-222-2480. Karen.
Yeah.
How about some music?
All right.
All right.
Please support local flat earthers. Grounded extracts. Like a plug into an outlet, nature is a key into the mind. Once there, it can clean out old chemical leftovers and nourish the mind and body. Life is regained. The road becomes joyful as clarity and self-awareness return. Herbs, roots, algae, and fungi have helped many of us heal, move closer to our goals, and gain control of true priorities over carnal desires. Join us in leaving the chemical, material world and enter into the natural realm, from farm to farm. These finest creations are handmade and are more potent than anything your corner co-op has to offer. Our products, excluding our tinctures, are made to order to assure freshness and maximum effectiveness, fusing together healing herbs with tasty counterparts to bring out full potentials. There is so much joy in working with the natural world given to us by our Creator. Let's take part.
a cult. I'm in 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 a cult. I'm at the Grove, Bohemian. I drink the juice, the chocolate milk, the holy cow. I wear the sneaks, tip up the beak. I'm a 33.
Welcome back to Strange World, part 3 of 4. It's you, me, and the always wonderful Karen B. And yeah, we're taking some phone calls. I haven't even looked at the call board.
All right. Well, while you're looking at the call board, let me just say thank you to the fine people who gave us super chats on YouTube, and that would be Flat Earth Austin, Amy S, and Lowry.
Yeah, cool. Very, very cool.
Lowry says he gave us his egg budget for the week. Appreciate that, Lowry.
Nice. All right. We've got a few calls on the call board. Let's pick them up so that I don't have to keep talking that much. 505, line unmuted. What is happening in New Mexico? Because that's a real place. Come on.
Yeah, it definitely is a real place. Hello, Mark and Karen and Flat Earth Warriors. Hey, it's a good thing we quit using our spray deodorant in the 80s due to the scare of the ozone layer depletion. So that's one more reason to quit your spray deodorant if you're still using it. Boy, you might die.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, I remember that. They simultaneously, they got rid of the styrofoam containers at all the fast food places, which I really miss. And I went from Arid Extra Dry, which you can still buy it. It's not like they stopped selling it. It's just that most people don't use it anymore. I went to like a roll-on back in the day because they had to switch to something, and yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
But had I known that I could have died that quickly, then yeah, I would have stopped.
Yeah, one headline that got me going this week when I was looking up just some space headlines was I don't know if you guys saw this one on the DARPA and the Lockheed Martin project for this HAWK, which stands for Hypersonic Air Breathing Weapon Concept. I guess it's a missile that they dropped from a Boeing, and this speed, they get the Boeing up really fast, and then when they drop this missile, this engine gets triggered or ignited through the high speeds of the air as it's passing through the engine. And but the headline gives you the idea that you're kind of dealing with a futuristic cyborg-based missile.
Yeah.
Something like Skynet maybe would use, that it actually breathes. But I guess more war propaganda for these defense contractors. I guess that's some security for them too for future contracts. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You guys see that at all?
No, but
Yeah.
it doesn't surprise me. Again, if you can come up with even an original weapon concept, there's big money there. Even if it doesn't turn out to be anything, original weapon concepts, the military just eats that up. Just loves it.
Yeah. They managed to get Boeing and Lockheed Martin in the same article too. I found that interesting.
Yeah, nice.
And then, I was watching your replay from last week, and your replays are hysterical. I never get sick of watching the very beginning, with the guy sneezing and the guy.
Oh yeah, the old Flat Earth commercials. Yeah.
Yeah, it's hysterical. But one of the things I've been meaning to ask you, that it shows up, one of the pictures that you guys flash on there, is that Flat Earth map with the 3 ice shelves, which I really only saw recently. I kind of remember that Japanese map that everybody talked about a few years ago.
Yeah.
So this, I tried blowing it up today on my phone and just kind of seeing what all the details are on that. And there's some sun gates and other moons. And what I noticed was there was that floating continent in the second circle there, and all this land in that third circle. Do you guys? Yeah. What's the history on that? Where'd this map come from? Who's putting it out there?
1111.
Don't know.
The cartoony one, the kind of cartoon one looking.
It's got like the 3 ice shelves, so it's got 3 rings of continents. In the second ring beyond our ring of ice shelf is pretty sparse, but then there's a ton of continents in the 3rd ring.
I think it's
You know what?
I only started seeing it like
That is from, if I remember correctly,
I think I put it in chat, Karen.
there was a. Are you talking? Put the map that he's talking about?
Maybe, unless that's a different map.
If this is the same one. Yes.
That one.
Okay. This one here, I'll put it up on the screen. I'll see if I can get it for everybody to see. But
Yeah.
This map, I believe, is from a comic book that was written by a guy a few years ago, and it was Flat. It was called Flat, and it was a superhero, and it was based on the flat Earth. I wish I was actually just looking at this guy's stuff a couple weeks ago because I was thinking about it again. But that's, if I remember correctly, that's what this map is from. This map is from his universe in his comic that he created. So
okay.
And I know people kind of take any
Very
sort of
cool.
flat map
Yeah.
that they can think of and they run with it and they're like, maybe this is what it is. But this is, if I remember correctly, this is from that Flat comic book. That was from like, this is like 2017.
Yeah, I know. I know. Can you believe that?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that's cool. I started seeing it show up in your in the replays, and then I just decided to look it up. It is pretty interesting. It's pretty cool, and that there's a floating continent in that second ring called Thoth, Thoth.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I was wondering what that was about, but yeah, I'll have to look more into it. That's really interesting, Karen. Thanks. And
Sure.
Karen, while I'm remembering this, what is your? I know you always advertise your other show here, your 2 shows, but I didn't catch the times. Do you know what times? Is it variable on Mondays and Saturdays, or what would the times be?
Mondays is 9:30 a.m. Eastern, and so it's pretty early.
Okay.
And then Saturday at 11:11.
Oh, really? At
Mhm.
11:11. Okay, that's
Mhm.
easy to remember. Nice. All right. Cool. Well, keep it flat, everybody, and just do a shout out. I'll shout out to the residents out there in Thoth in the second ice ring, and of course you, Mark and Karen, and Jan, of course, in Dallas. And Jan, I can't wait to be the first guest on your show. Thank you. Keep it flat, everybody. See you soon.
All right. See you, man. Let's jump over to someone that is unknown from possibly Louisiana. 225. Have you ever called into the show before? 225.
Yes, I have. This is Stephen.
Hey, Stephen.
He from New Rose, Louisiana.
How are you?
45 minutes northwest of Baton Rouge. I'm the one that had the 2 sisters that moved to your area, Mark. I got to stand corrected though. They weren't neighbors. They were within walking distance though. I thought
cool.
they were next door neighbors in Woodby Island.
Yep, Whidbey Island.
They both married. They married military guys, and their I guess the military housing was was on Woodby Island, and
that would be up in Oak
one of my
Harbor.
sisters,
At the north end of the very north end of the island, there's a city called Oak Harbor, and there's a naval air station there.
Oak Harbor, you got it. I just remember that. Anyway, Denise, one of my sisters, her name is Denise and Kay. The younger sister, Denise, said, she corrected me. She said we weren't really neighbors, but she said I could walk out my backyard and I could go cut across a few fields, and she said then I was at her house.
Oh yeah.
Anyhow, I stand corrected on that.
No worries.
I've been I'm one of 12, and I'm the black sheep of the family, of course. But anyhow, as being a flat earther, and I've always got open mind all my life. I was a weirdo. I was the one they always said, "Hey, let's try to jump off the house with an umbrella," and they convinced me to do it. I'd do it. I didn't care.
Sure.
Anyway, with that said, I have many friends that have tried to just kind of encapsulate the definition of the flat Earth, And the best thing I could do was give the analogy of the old 33 1/3 album with the center hole, with the turntable, and I said that's your North Pole, and the first song you play is the ice wall. The fourth song is the equator, and as you approach the last song on the album, you're going to the Arctic Circle. And they laugh and laugh, but I said it's pretty much that's it. Aside from the earlier caller explaining about the lands beyond the first ring.
Yeah,
that's
that's a pretty good.
What
you know, as far as musical analogies go, that's pretty good. The only problem with it, the only flaw you have with that is that there's a lot of people that have never seen a vinyl album in their life. So, but
exactly, that's exactly. You're right. Well, you date yourself real quick with that. When they get that glazed look now, it's
yeah.
You don't know what album is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyhow,
people forget they don't even make.
That was the best analogy I can come up with.
Yeah, no, it's good though. I like it. I totally get it. I'm a little older. I totally get it. Karen probably doesn't because she's practically a child. What else you got?
Other than that, I just you guys, y'all terrific, and y'all so down to earth. Neither one of you, I don't think, ever forgot where you came from, and you display that in your delivery and everything you talk about. And it is sad, which I was going over early in the show. It's sad, all these people dying, and and a lot of them were outspoken proponents of this mandating it. They were mad that the government wasn't doing more to force it on us, and they're the ones that are pushing up daisies now.
Yeah, I know.
I don't take any glee. I don't take any glee in that. I'm not happy about that. Not at all. It's still a death. A life loss is a life loss. It's just sad.
Yeah, I know. At the same time, look, we were outspoken, as Karen and I talked about a while back. It's like, look, we were outspoken since minute freaking one. And if they chose not to listen or even entertain the idea for several years, what am I supposed to do? It's like at the very least, they should have.
I did the same.
Go ahead.
I know the feeling. I did the same thing with my family. I warned them to look from the outside looking in. This doesn't look good, and I got laughed at. And
yeah, you're crazy.
All I can do is warn you.
You're a tinfoil hat. I mean, come on. The fact that the term tinfoil hat has come back with a vengeance over the last few years, that bothers me. Nobody actually wears.
That's right.
I only wear mine.
You guys do a great.
The what?
What's that?
No, go ahead. You're good.
What you say? You wear?
I wear mine off camera, but I never wear it on camera.
I appreciate you guys.
Thank you.
I appreciate you guys, and also, for some reason, I always got y'all I'm thinking y'all Wednesday night, and anyhow, so I'm always missing the call, but now I got it locked in Tuesday nights. So,
Tuesday nights.
I'll be calling y'all back again. I appreciate the time, and God bless you guys, and
thank you.
Take care.
All right, have a good one. Bye. 646 New York. What's happening?
Whatever.
Hi, Alex.
I have a bunch of people trying to get me to go out to the bars, so I'm not going to be here very long. But
that's right, because your birthday is actually today.
6. What?
Is your birthday actually today?
Yeah.
Yeah. You go to the bar. Get out there, man. Start flashing your ID. You know what that means.
I know. I'm heading out, but I told him I was like, look, I got to go back and hang out with my cats for like a hot minute, and I had a bunch of funny shit to say, but like really, this is very inspirational tonight because I'm not going to be funny tonight because I'm going to go out and be funny later. But I watched Stavely's his Awakening series tonight, and Dan's tonight was epic. And if any of you guys haven't watched Stavely's Awakening series, it's well worth it.
Okay.
And it got me like kind of teary-eyed. I'm kind of like not funny right now. I'm kind of sort of like reflective,
All right. Well, I mean, it's fine to be reflective on,
Not really
on your
teary-eyed.
birthday. You know, it's acceptable. People.
It was really good.
All right.
It was really good. It was really good. And I'm gonna go out after this. I'm gonna let you guys go. But also, what you guys do is really super important. I don't think I've ever said that to you guys in like all the years I've been talking to you. But like, you guys really, you know, you make something that's really difficult for people to get through really easy, and you make it fun and funny. And I really appreciate you guys. That's all I got to say.
Well, thank you. Boy, you are getting reflective. You're throwing that out at me.
Well, now I'm going to the bars, and now I'm just going to raise hell. So
okay.
Keep having fun.
All right.
Birthday.
Have fun, man.
I love you guys.
See ya.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Hopefully, if he continues to listen on your birthday, no matter depending where you go, you can get free ice cream cones, free candy. You can get all sorts of free stuff on your birthday.
Mm-hmm.
And running around in New York, sure, free coffee. I mean, there's restaurants you can get a little free dessert. I mean, Denny's always does stuff for birthdays and stuff. Anyway, just depends how late you want to stay up. Okay. We got time. Let's keep working our way down the list. California, 530 West Coast representing. What's happening?
Yeah, hey, Karen. Hey, Mark. It is William in Cali. Hey. So, a little bit of synchronicity. Your last story about the self-driving vehicle.
Yeah.
I was at Mount Shasta today, made a stop during one of my deliveries.
Yeah.
And I saw on the back of this car, it caught my attention because you know how when you have a student driver, it says watch out. And it took a second for me to realize it said AI driving, something like that. And it took me a second to make the connection. The guy had his door open, and it was a older man, like really old. He was older than me, white hair, but he was driving the Tesla self-driving vehicle, and he had his little laptop open. He was doing some testing, and I guess he was putting it through the paces. And I kind of messed up a little bit. I should have got some intel on its capabilities and what he thought of it, but I started talking about I don't think it's a good idea right away, and he kind of wasn't into that. But then I kind of made a point about all the Fords I've driven.
Yeah.
And every one of them, from my 92 to my 2006, 2010, my work, all of them needed replacement airbags. And I'm like, think about this. There's an airbag that's supposed to protect you. And so all those years, Ford, what's going on with the airbag? Because it can kill you.
Oh, yeah. So
I've had a recall on almost every vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, so if we can't even get that straight, I'm like, what the heck? Why would I want to trust a program that could either get hacked in by a Russian or an Al Qaeda and lock something up, and then, So anyway, he said you got to be pretty alert, but I kind of got a philosophical there at first, and he did say you make really good points. So he didn't he was done getting shut down. I went and got my water, and I came back. He was gone. So I kind of blew a little opportunity to maybe find out intel.
Okay, first, you're wondering, it's like, why would people buy self-driving cars? Because there's a lot of people that are really lazy. It's an argument in philosophical argument that's been going on for years, which is what is the most common human condition, laziness or fear? And it's really a hotly debated, because honestly, I couldn't choose because I think they're tied together. But people would love to get into a car and never ever drive. They would. I mean, there's a lot of hardcore drivers out there. They just love driving, get a stick car and just, punch it and go through all the corners. But like Minority Report, the movie with Tom Cruise years ago, that's what they'd love to do. To do anything else, it's just like their own private little cab. They'd love that. To your other point, though, which is, it was from, the recall thing. That's a line from Fight Club from 1999, which I loved at the very beginning of the movie, which he said he was going through the process of recalls in a major automotive manufacturer. And he goes, if the cost of the settlements is cheaper than a recall, we don't do one. And that's basically it. They do the math. It's like, how many times you think somebody's going to die because of a crash, because of whatever faulty part? And then they say that because recalls are expensive, really expensive.
But Yeah, but I was making the point of many models, many years over a 20-year span.
Right.
You know, from a Ford
Oh, yeah.
manufacturer company that never took buyout, never went bankrupt. So you know. So anyway, yeah. So that's. I just thought I thought that's some cool synchronicity. You know, I actually had the opportunity to maybe pick the guy's brain, and I didn't.
Yeah.
But anyway, shout out to. I appreciate what you guys do too. By the way, it's been a little bit since I got to listen.
Thank you.
But we're getting here close to springtime, and hopefully we'll get some meetups going on here in Sacramento, I pray. But shout out. I would like to also encourage, if anybody's out there listening and you haven't called in, I'm going to encourage you to pick up the phone and call. Karen is going to be extra nice tonight. Mark, you will not be a prick to him. and just you know, I just want to encourage, you know, there was a point made with that one BS article. Could have we done more? Well, maybe. I know that I always made
there was nothing more we could do.
There are anyway.
Nothing more short of blowing up stuff, short of violence on
Almost
our
lost
side.
my freaking channel trying to tell these a-holes not to do that.
Yeah, my channel was torn down. I shouldn't even have a channel now. Anyway, hey man, I hate to do this to you, but we're going to our final break. So
I'm meeting in person.
What?
In person, out in public. I was pretty adamant about the reason why I'm not taking it is not, let alone no one's tested it, but they want the whole world to take a serum that changes your RNA the way you were made by the creator, and it's from mad scientists who think we came from monkeys.
Yeah.
So that's no one's ever came at me with anything after that.
Dude, we're going to break.
With that, I'm going to encourage everybody.
Hey, William, we're going to break.
Oh, shout out to Jan. Sharon. Everybody else take a peace out, man.
All right, see ya. Okay, with that, I'm gonna hit him with a mute. I was gonna just hit the mute anyway. All right, we're going to our final break. When we come back, we're gonna take your calls. We got a few in there already, but I promise we will try to jump on 904-718-816-408 and on others. Probably
Shiloh
504.
Carpenter, thank you for the super chat.
Who?
Shiloh Carpenter.
Shiloh Carpenter. Yeah, thank you. Those all super chats, I think, go to Karen.
Yes,
all
they
right.
do.
Yes, they do. No, which is cool. All right, Karen, that final break music, please.
Where is the curvature?
Alpha 33, target is on property, approaching food trailer. Engage Delta 9. Roger. Alpha 33 descending.
Hey, I know you.
They might be listening.
CIA.
Maybe.
Aliens.
Probably.
Globalists.
Definitely. I may have already said too much.
We have what you need.
Really?
It's flat
I'm listening.
and round
Go on.
and delicious.
Tell me the secret. see the truth in it.
I thought you might.
This truly is a special place.
Yeah, we like to think so.
Will you be here tomorrow?
We move around quite a bit.
Ah, a mobile command center. A strong strategy. I like where your head's at.
Anything else?
I was never here.
Package intercepted. Copy that, Alpha 33. Come on back, let's eat.
Long live Flat Earth.
Long live Flat Earth!
Welcome back to Strange Worlds, part 4 of 4. We are, oh yeah, but it's you, me, and Karen B. And Peanut Gallery sitting in an X-Wing cockpit smoking a cigarette, even though I'm pretty sure smoking is forbidden in Rebel spacecraft. That's fine, whatever. Break the rules. I don't care. Hey, by the way, Karen, do you remember a few weeks ago I was talking about Julian Sands, that British actor that went in the San Gabriel Mountains and disappeared?
Yes.
Yeah, he's still gone.
Wow.
How long does somebody have to be gone? Peanut, look that up if you get a chance. How long does somebody have to be gone before presumed dead if they're hikers? I know I'm trying to be morbid here. I'm just saying it's been almost 20 days and they haven't found him yet. So
that's a long time.
That is a long time. I'm really surprised that I mean it's
he could still be alive, but ugh.
I don't know. I mean, come on, 20 days, you go in any given direction, you're gonna find something.
Yeah.
You know what I always thought, if I ever got lost up in certain places, and I know it sounds weird, but I'm sure some people have done it in the past. 7 years. What? That's not possible. He's going to be a missing person forever. That's all it's going to happen. I would just start
7 years. That seems like a long time.
There's no way.
What if if it's your spouse and like stuff happens and you need, you know what I mean? Like that seems a long time.
If I got lost in the woods, if it was dry enough, first thing I would do is start a fire. I'm not mean a little fire. I mean start a freaking rager. Just start burning an acre and be like, oh, it's like, hey, it's either the trees or me. And of course, watch it turn into like the biggest forest fire ever. SSA handbook. All right. The what?
You said you just burned down California.
Burn down California. And then try to flag down the helicopters that are swinging by. All right, let's pick up. We got a few phone calls. I don't know if I'm going to get to them all, guys. Let's just run right into them. We probably won't go 5 minutes on each, probably less than 3. 682, what is happening? 682.
Hey, this is Mike from Texas.
Hey, Mike from Texas. What's going on?
Hey, yeah, first time I called in. I'm actually holding my 7-month-old son, so it's a little awkward. I just want to say I support you guys. I love what y'all are doing.
Thank you.
I don't have much to contribute to the show.
That's all right.
I want to say hi.
Well, hi. Again, that's perfectly fine. We don't mind. Anyone, you can call in and say hi. You can call in and say, Mark, you suck, and hang up. But we rarely get trolls. Plus, Karen will remember you for next time. But no, appreciate it. Have you been listening to the show? You've been listening to the show long?
I'd like to say hi, Karen.
Karen says hi.
That's all I got. I got nothing to contribute. I just was waiting for 30 minutes to say hi. That's all.
Okay, well, thank you. Appreciate it a whole
You
bunch.
want-
I'm going to put you back on mute.
Oh, he's grabbing my nose.
Okay. don't be a stranger.
So this link that Peanut sent, we presume a person is dead if he or she has been missing from home and has not been heard from for 7 years or more. This presumption applies regardless of the reason for the absence.
What?
So if you just want to, like, you just disappear for 7 years and don't tell anybody, and they'll presume you're dead.
Eventually. But if you're gone for like a year, you're not dead.
No.
Yeah, well, someone you gotta get your search
But do you
party.
see my point? Like somebody who wanted to just
Yeah.
not like maybe fake their death or just start
by the way,
anew.
did you
Like you
see-
could just disappear yourself and be gone for 7 years, and that's
Did you see that little story where the woman, Peanut, see if you can find that one. There's a woman that found her body double, right? She found a woman that looked just like her. So instead of being like, hey, we should be friends or anything, she plotted to kill her and fake her own death, which has been done in certain movies. I've seen this in a few movies. You know, you get someone that sort of looks like you and then you kill them. But in this case, she looked really, really like her. It's like, yeah, except for, like fingerprints and dental records and crap like that. But the idea is, the premise is pretty solid in the beginning anyway. All right, let's jump down to New York again. 718. You've called into the show before. I know you have. Oh God.
Is there any way on God's green earth that you can actually hear me? I'm just curious.
Well, I can hear you. There's a little bit of background noise. Are you in a bar?
Yeah, I'm in a bar at the moment because it's colder than a witch's tits outside. I actually missed the first half of the show, so I don't know what you spoke about. But in regard to...
Uh-oh. And we lost her.
I didn't do it. I swear to God, I didn't do it. I swear. That's all right. We'll just move on.
Oh, you know what?
What?
No, wait.
Want me to pick her up again?
Hold on. Pick
What?
her up again. It might be my fault. It might be my voice.
Welcome to the conference
That's what
center.
happened.
Uh-oh.
There
Google
are
Voice dropped the
11
call.
parties in the
I
conference.
just have to call it back and get
You
back
are
in
a
there.
host.
That's
Meanwhile,
all right. We're good. All right, I'm gonna pick up. See what happens.
can pick her back up.
She's gone. No, she's gone. But I'll pick her.
Oh.
I'll pick her up. It was fine. Pick up Dennis.
Sorry,
really quick.
lady.
Dennis,
Call back.
504. You are driving in a truck, and you are on what highway, heading where?
At this second, I'm turning off of I-5 onto 205. Now I'm on 205. I'm headed to Troutdale, just east of Portland. How's it going?
It's going well. How are you? And thank you, by the way, for the book.
Yeah. I got just two things to say. I know you got several callers. First one about that book. That's by Alexander Dugin. That's a history of Russia from a Russian perspective, like the past 100 years. I should enjoy. Like you said at Flattoberfest, you told me don't get one that's too bulky. So that's what I picked out.
Well, thank you.
For anyone that's interested in his book, Amazon doesn't sell them. You can even find books by Putin if you know where to look on Amazon, but they really hate Dugin, so they don't sell his books at all. Not in English at any rate. But Arctos.com, ARKTOS, Arctos, they got descriptions of his books with reviews, and you can buy them through that website. There's one other book by him I may send you later in the year if you're interested. He's got a book about Plato that's really about democracy, and he's against it, summarizing the views of ancient Greeks and other writers, highly critical of it. And I remember you made talking about the election not too long ago, you said democracy is not in the voting, it's in the counting. So that's what tipped me off that it's also a thin book, less than 200 pages. I don't know, 150, something like that. So
Okay.
by Alexander Dugin. If I've got time, one other topic. this is what motivated me to call. Karen was talking about a map that you showed during one caller that was from a comic book. I forgot the name of the guy. She said made the map, but what I wanted to say, and if I may give an idea about two major, just to give people an idea about two major different flat Earth systems in the ancient world, what that map reminds me of, and I've had books, are the Jains, who are a group in India from a state called primarily Rajasthan. But the Jains, I would say, this maybe different views, but they're a spinoff of Hinduism from around 500 BC, and they've been flat earthers up to today the whole time.
Okay.
They're little known, but that's a group in India, the Jains, Jain. The Jains. Anyway, I visited India myself and went to their temple back in 2006, and I went to the bookstore at their temple and got a great flat Earth book explaining, and met with some of them. You know, I've been flat Earth since the 90s, but how they had rings of islands, different outer rings of islands. That's what their map, that map from the cartoon book, reminded me of, the Jain flat Earth, and possibly Hindu. I haven't looked into it in depth because the Hindus haven't been persistently flat Earth like the Jains have.
Okay.
But I guess one other quick thing about that goes, they don't believe in an enclosed universe, at least not like we do. That goes, they're materialist, hardcore. They're kind of like the Epicureans, or I guess atheists in a way. They believe in materialism. And the Epicureans were, interestingly, in the West after Alexander the Great, when flat earthism was in decline, global spiritism was on the rise. The Epicureans were the flat earthers of the late pre-Christian ancient world. They were also materialists like the Jains. But I said this is my last thing. The Christian view, I say, the ancient Christian view, like in different church fathers who were flat earth, Cosmos Indico Blestes, they believed in exactly one outer ring of land, and it was rectangular because they believed in the ancient synagogues and ancient churches and the temple in Jerusalem, the Israelite temple, which was rectangular in shape. That was their flat earth model, like you'll find in John Chrysostom, his epistle to the Hebrews. He uses that as his flat earth model.
Cool.
Anyway, that's all I got.
Well, thanks, Dennis. You packed a lot in there, but thank you. Thank you. All right. Okay. Safe driving. Safe driving. Talk soon. Bye, man. And he's driving a big rig while he does all that. It's pretty amazing what's going on in his head. All right, let's go to, oh boy, I'm gonna have to paste these out. These are, let's do this one first. 816, give you a few minutes. What's up?
Hey, what's up? This is Austin Armstrong from Kansas City. I just wanted to say, how's it going? Hi to Ted Summer. Hi to you guys. Hi to Nathan Thompson. All the flat earthers out there, just giving you love.
Right on.
Thank you. Appreciate it a great deal.
Yeah.
Cool. And the fact that you gave a shout out to Ted, that's impressive.
Yeah.
Because I'm practically forbidden from really talking about him. So.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
I met him at the I think the first conference, FEIC 17.
Cool.
Yeah. What's up? That's all I wanted to say was what's up.
Well, thank you. Appreciate it a whole lot. All right. All right. Have a good one. I'm going to put you back on mute. I'm not going to hang up on you.
All right.
Okay.
Thanks for calling, Austin.
Thanks for calling. Let's jump out to, oh boy. Okay, we're gonna try 904. 904, possibly in Florida. What's happening?
Hey, Dan Ballard, Music Journey here. I'll try to make it fast.
All right.
You got a lot of great callers tonight.
Yeah, we try. What's happening?
Good to hear your voices. Well, we went back down to Honduras and Mexico, and just top of the note here, there's no chemtrails once you leave Florida. And that was verified by a Delta Airlines pilot that we met, 35-year pilot down there. He didn't want to say why. He just said, oh, yeah, you're right. There's no chemtrails down here. Now, I'm not saying never, never, but I'm saying that's what he said, and that's what I observed, and I have other pilot friends that live there.
Cool.
And have you heard differently, you guys?
I haven't really heard one way or the other. I mean, I know that David's down there. I don't think he's mentioned it. Last thing he told me was he was thinking of starting a commune of some sort down in his part of Mexico.
He's living down there too?
No, I'm making that up. I don't think
He's there on vacation.
He's on vacation, but he's going to be there for a while. So I don't know if he's going to start a commune. I think he called it a compound. Really, whatever. There was followers and there were robes. I don't know. A lot of chanting in the background.
Well, there's some kind of a Mexican law that just came out that banned it because some rich American in Cabo San Lucas was doing weather modification stuff, saying he's going to block the sun.
Oh, that was David.
The government shut him down. Said you cannot do any weather modification here. No stratospheric aerosol injections.
Oh.
So just putting that out there.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. And then the other thing in Honduras is a man that I met there that I've been in contact with. He's a mission worker, 17 years. He said, make sure you tell everybody that letting everybody over the border is totally screwing up their country because all the, grown men are leaving their families behind. These villages are empty and they're enticing them to come up there and they're paying the coyotes all their money. They have to pay the money to the coyotes when they get up there. And they say, oh, if you don't pay us, we're going to kill your family. So he says, make sure you tell everybody in the United States that all this open border stuff is destroying these countries down in Central America. So I'll leave it at that for that topic. But he wanted me to give you the message. Everyone, do not support the and I know you guys don't support that, but, he does mission work. They're supporting those orphans and widows and stuff.
Got it. Well, thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, and then the last thing is just a question. You guys remember Captain Obvious? And so his brother Sean Salisbury was a Seahawk quarterback, played for the Bears, a football player. And then Brett Salisbury, he played for, Sean Salisbury played for the Seahawks and several other pro teams, but brother also played pro football. And he was Captain Obvious, and he just disappeared off the internet after posting some strange videos. He was Mormon, but he said he went to MIT, and he had all this not MIT, California Institute of Technology, and he posted stuff about the different observatories, especially the one he got to go to, and dispelled the fact that they actually were posting real photos of, stars. And do you guys remember that Sean Salisbury quarterback and his brother Brett?
Nope.
Who was Captain Obvious, who posted books up? He's a flat earther.
It doesn't ring a bell, but that doesn't mean anything. I mean, I might know the content, but names escapes me.
He was also Special Forces.
Huh.
Brett Salisbury. I'll send you a link later, but
yeah, send it to me.
Okay. Karen, you heard of him?
No.
Okay, he called himself Captain Obvious on YouTube, but he was taken down. He posted all these early Flat Earth videos in about 2015, not as early as you Mark.
Oh, well, then I definitely would have missed
That's
it.
all I got, so I'll try and send the name out so you guys can research him because he kind of disappeared, but he was Special Forces, and his brother was a pro football quarterback.
I did not know that.
Did not know.
Yeah, he said he'd been threatened and this and that. He made a bunch of books.
Huh.
Also about diets. All right. Well, shout out to all y'all. And nice to hear your voices.
Thanks, man. Have a good one. Talk soon.
All right.
All right. Bye bye.
Beautiful.
Before I pick up the last call, I wanted to share this to you, Karen. This kind of gave me a chuckle. So there's a photo I'm dropping in chat. This is my favorite fake-ish photo of the week. This is remember I did the speech and I mentioned Spence Purvis and George Sargent. Spence Purvis would be my grandfather on my mother's side, right? And this is a shot just before his wedding in, that you can't guess the date, 1939. If you pull it up on screen, right? See if chat notices anything weird about this shot. Do you see it? Yeah, ring a bell here. Anything? Peanut, if you see it, type it in chat. I didn't see it, and I stared at it for a better part of a year. This is a great action shot, right? The two of them, you know, their legs up. It's like, oh, this is a festive little thing, right?
There's someone behind him holding the umbrella.
Bingo. You see the pair. You see the pair of feet below them, below theirs. He's not just holding up the umbrella. He's also keeping them balanced. That was not an action shot. That was them posing. That was a posed shot. And he hid just well enough, but you can see his little white shoes back behind there. I thought that was kind of interesting. So yeah, what a time. 2 years before World War II even started. All right. Let's grab this last call. And by the way,
Wizard of Oz came out.
The what?
This year Wizard of Oz came out.
Yes, and Gone with the Wind, the golden age of movies. One age better than the other one, obviously. We're not going to start spreading the news. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Few days late. Dear Zulu, happy birthday to you.
1 day late.
1 day late. What's happening, man?
Thank you. Not much. Crazy stuff going on around this world, for sure. Yes. How you guys doing tonight, Karen, Mark, Peanut? Insane.
Can't complain. Hey, yes.
I got a question. Has anybody noticed, like the last couple nights, maybe I'm crazy, I don't know, but the moon seems to have been taking a different path. Like literally tonight, it was almost 90 degrees above my head. And I don't know. And a couple nights ago, it was low on the horizon. Then it was like in between it, like a 4. It was just weird. We're not supposed to move, so it shouldn't ever change, correct?
You know, every once in a while, and I've heard
it's a crazy path. The moon goes between the tropics in a month where the sun does it in a whole year. So the moon is all over the sky. Plus the moon's ecliptic is 5 degrees off of the sun's ecliptic. So
right. But this was like days within the last week and a half that I noticed, because my backyard is pretty open and clear straight out the back, and I can see usually where it comes up over the horizon, and it was very odd. Again, maybe it's just me. I don't know. It's my fucking fault anyway that people are dying, so maybe it is me.
It is your fault.
Oh my God.
It is your fault. You know why? Because you didn't try hard enough, Zulu.
The wall.
You didn't try hard enough. You did not make enough noise.
I know I didn't try hard enough. I know I didn't. I'm so sorry.
The only excuse. Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, they say now 80% of the USA is vaxxed, and the unvaxxed, we are 17 times more likely to be hospitalized, 15 times more likely to die, and 99% of the deaths related to COVID have been unvaxxed people.
Oh, yeah.
It's all my fault. It's all my fault.
I've already died like 4 times. I'm actually a zombie version of myself right now.
right. You're a fucking clone. Oh my God. I think that DeMar shit is purely CGI. Just saying.
Not
easily as fuck when they say that now myocarditis is from a virus.
It's
just, so that's going to make you want to get vaccinated to avoid getting it, even though it's the vax giving it to you.
I know. And you know, people don't have to memorize myocarditis. By the way, you can just say swollen heart if you want, or inflamed heart.
Say the air is lava. Fuck them.
The air is lava. It is. It's not lava to us, which is good, but it is to everybody else. That's the shirt, by the way. That should be the follow-up shirt. The air is lava. ... for you, not us. Anyway, what do you got for quote? You got a quote?
Just do better, and that's me.
Thanks, but Disney, I think, already took it for the Captain America, the Black Captain America one. You have to do better, Senator. Remember, they took that.
Bastards.
I know, it's Disney.
Those bastards.
Oh yeah, you'll make bad movies and bad television, but you'll pull a classic song that you've been playing in your theme park for decades. That makes sense. Please, by all means. Oh, and they shut down that ride, by the way, that was tied to it. The Songs of the South ride, where you're doing that slow river ride and you're listening to all the cool songs.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going through it? That's gone.
Right.
They shut that down. I don't know what they're going to replace it with.
Gone.
Every time I rode that, I felt guilty anyway. I felt totally racist. I just wanted to go out and do white people stuff. Take over things.
Dude, it's all just ridiculous. That's all I can say. I've been just stupefied all day looking at the headlines and news articles. And I mean, the double speak, and it's just relentless. I don't know how the sheeple can even function on a day-to-day basis. Like, it's just ridiculous.
Well, they
feed them. I'm like, what the fuck?
Let's end the show with this: better them than us. I know it's simple, but
you got that right.
Hey, I'm sorry, did you have any shout outs before we wrap this thing up?
Yes. Shout out to me. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to Lowry, and shout out to you guys.
Right on. We will be here next week. Same flat time, same flat channel. I don't know what the lucky unlucky list will look like next week, but they're on a hot streak at the moment. With that, say goodnight, Karen.
Good night, Karen.
Say goodnight, Zulu.
Good night, Zulu.
And Peanut Gallery just puffs some smoke. And Novak Djokovic is probably cradling his trophy. All right, with that, good night, everybody, and hot sex. Karen, music.
Hot sex.
Right on.
How'd my green screen hold up? Pretty good.
Mm.
No? Yes? You don't want it next week?
It's okay. It's not the best, but it's okay.
You can say it. It's not the green screen. It's you. You can say it.
No, it's not. But it's not. It is your green screen. It's your lights, is what it is. Your lights.
I don't know what else I can do with my lights. I mean, I could put them like right next to my face. Does that make it any better?
A little bit.
Literally, this one's 2 feet from my nose.
Yeah.
Doesn't help, does it?
Oh no.
This is why I don't do more video. All right. Good night, everybody.
Many living. Wound up chasing stars all over again. There's words for what you got, what you have, and what you'll ever need. There's love so many nights, so many nights, so many ways to believe.
Hello, Daisy. Hello,